And welcome to Writer's Life, a place where we get the sights, sounds, smells, taste of my particular writer's life. Where we get the truth about the writer's life. Coming to you on a warm Friday. It's supposed to be thunderstorms and all that stuff. Now I'm getting the weather that I was getting in Italy 3 weeks ago. Can't believe I've been home for 3 weeks. It's been crazy. Interesting Substack article I found today, or was sent to my inbox. I guess this weekend is the DC, presidents, reporters, banquet, whatever the fuck it's called. For all those reporters who live and work in DC, Virginia, surrounding areas, whatever. Anyway, in years past, it was always the big legacy media, and they have a comedian, be the MC, and president would be there, and all that sort of stuff. But now, the legacy media is dying such I would say, a rapid death at this point. No one trusts them, of course, because they lie like fuck, and they get their talking points from the big bosses in DC, who are part of the machine. So this year, for the first time, Substack is hosting a dinner and a cocktail party for its media people, for its reporters, for its journalists, many of whom have made the switch from the legacy media to independent media. And it kind of reminds me of when I was with Thomas and Mercer for those 9 books. And we had a party in New York, a rooftop party in Manhattan, about 10 years ago now, something like that. And I remember everyone who was anyone, I guess I should say, was there. Even people who were like, I'm never going to write an ebook or any of that shit and all that bullshit, they were right on board as soon as Amazon Publishing, started giving away big advances and stuff like that. I don't know what it's like today, but back then it was a big deal. And they put a lot of money into it. They paid for us, and, picked me up from Penn Station in a limo and all this sort of shit. It was a lot of fun. But all those editors and people I worked with, even the agent, are gone now. They're down the road. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But how interesting that Substack is having a party this weekend in DC. The president won't be at the event. Thank God for him, because he's liable to get. I don't even want to say it. And there will be a lot of independent media there. And I think one of the reasons also is because the new White House press secretary, Carolyn Leavitt, has invited a ton of independent journalists and writers into the press corps briefing room. And it's really pissed off a lot of some Columbia University educated journalists who just stick their nose up in the air at people like that. Well, fuck them. And their snotty attitudes. Fuck them. They're activists anyway. They're not really writers. So, But in any case, I guarantee you, the Substack cocktail party and dinner or whatever else it is going to be it'll be the hottest ticket of the weekend. I guarantee it. And there's going to be a lot of legacy media people there who know that they're living on borrowed time, and they're going to be trying to get the ear of people of professionals like Matt Taibbi, maybe Walter Kern will be there. All those guys who are thriving on Substack, who used to be legacy media people. I know if I was in DC, I'd try to be there, but guarantee it, because that's the way things are going. I mentioned last week, I think that I'm always looking for a little side journalism gig, nothing too taxing that's going to take away from my fiction, because I'm a full-time fiction writer, let's face it, but I always get a little nervous when I don't have something off to the side, just in case. But man, there's just nothing out there. Nothing. Unless I just do my own thing on Substack, start like a second Substack page or something like that. To be honest, I don't have time to do that. I'm so busy between writing new stuff and editing new stuff and running Bear Media and working with Down and Out Books and whoever knows what other publisher might come along. It's already a full boat. I don't like to have all my eggs in one basket, though. Pardon the cliche, but I've said that in the past. If you're a new writer, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Remember that. And don't quit your day job until you can afford to live on your writing. I was lucky. 25 years ago, I got a big contract and I never went back. And, I never had to teach or anything like that, But I always maintained some journalism gigs. But now they just don't exist. You can, if you want to be work for a content mill, or if you want to provide content for, like maybe an influencer on like Instagram or some shit like that, go for it. But those are gigs for like college students and, or just out of college. Journalism gigs, I mean, you can get them, I guess, but they're not going to pay your rent. You're going to still have to live with your parents. That's the industry now. On one hand, it's the best time ever to be a writer. On the other hand, it could be the worst if you're looking to work for the old-fashioned legacy system of the 20th century, not the 21st century. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say. It was an interesting article. Substack will be hosting the big dinner, it's probably a cocktail party, and I guarantee you it will be the hottest ticket in town. I guarantee it. If one of you guys out there goes to it, take some pictures and let me know. DM me. All right, you guys, have a great weekend if I don't talk to you sooner, and ciao, ciao.